All right, I'm gonna show you how to clean the disk drive in the original Xbox. Gonna tear it apart, break everything down, show you how I do it. I'm just doing this with normal household items, nothing crazy. So you're gonna go ahead and flip it over. I already pulled back the rubber tabs here in all four corners. Now you have 6 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're gonna wanna take a scalpel and just expose that through the label on each one. And then they will pop off. Once you unscrew them all, they are a star bit. I have an assortment right here. And the size on this is a 20, if that makes sense. All right, go ahead and flip it over and let's pull the shell off now. Okay, now that we have that exposed here, we have the hard drive and disk drive. Now we're gonna wanna go ahead and get the hard drive out of the way. So we're gonna have to unplug this wire here. There's a little, it's gonna look like you might break something, but you won't. It just pops right out. You just push that little clip and pops right out. And then you just have one star bit right there. And then this wire right here, you're gonna wanna untangle it out of there. Usually once that's unplugged and that's unscrewed, this will just pop out and I can just set it off to the side. If you're wondering, that screw there, that star bit, that's a 10 bit right here. And then you will need an extension to get down to those lower ones there, which I have right here. Pull that out of the side. Now let's go ahead and remove the disk drive with the T10 star bit. Now that that's pulled up there, I just pulled out this little white end of this wire here out of that part for the DVD drive. And then I'm going to pull this out as well so I can just remove the whole thing, get it off to the side so we can work. Also, it'd be a good time to mention, make sure the power is off. Nothing is plugged in before you do any of this. I have the Samsung version, model SDG-605. Okay, what I'm gonna do is flip it over. You got these 4 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna pop those off. Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna go ahead and pop that off. Now, once the top shell is off, this just raises up from the bottom one. So I'm gonna set that off to the side and flip it over. Okay. You can see how grimy and dusty the eye is right there. That's in desperate need of some isopropyl alcohol. Clean that thing up. I'll do that nice and lightly. While I'm in here, I'm just gonna dust this out with a Q-tip. Maybe a very light air compressor just to blow it out. And what you can see is what I did is I just took a little bit of alcohol right at the end of the Q-tip there and just cleaned up the sides here very lightly. And that was pretty bad. Kind of hard to see. So once I did that, I threw it off to the side, got a clean one, and just very lightly dabbed the top of that. Did not put much on. And clean that right up. Now I'm going to do the sides. See all that dust sitting in there. I'd say it was a worthwhile time to pull that out and check everything. And this should be probably 90%. Probably the higher the better, but this is all I had, so I'm going to go with it. What I'm doing here is, right down in here, I just have a little alcohol on that. I'm just cleaning up all these little grooves and everything, 25 years. We'll get in there, clean it out nice. You can kind of see it coming up, but it's looking a lot better. I just want to make sure, if I'm doing it once, I want to do it right. I'm going to ever so lightly blow a little in here, just dust it out. And there you have it. It's pretty much all cleaned up. Best I can do. And you know, there's people out there and they do this for a living. You know, I'm just a normal dude. I just have the normal amount of tools. I'm just a weekend warrior pretty much. But you don't need an insane skill set to do it. It's nothing crazy. Just showing that you can do it with normal household tools. And make sure you clean up some of the dust on the other side of the disk drive. You can see it's kind of, there's a little grime on each side. All right, just went ahead and dropped the cover right on the back there, on top. And then I'm gonna flip it over. And we are going to put this bottom piece on. All right, when you go ahead and put the bottom piece on, make sure it goes on the inside of that metal there. And then these little grooves will go up in each spot next to the screws. So you can go ahead and screw in all four now. Like so. I'm gonna go ahead and drop it back in the harness here and get it installed, and then we'll put it all back together the way we took it out and fire it up. Go ahead and plug in the yellow wire in the back terminal here, as well as the one with the black end into the terminal there. And then go ahead and screw in the screws here. And then we'll throw the hard drive in, get it all back together like the way we took it out. And there you have it, the disk drive cleaning. Should be back in business. I did a band removal video as well if you need to watch that for the disk drive. Very simple. But I hope this helped. Thanks for watching.